All right, what is up, guys? We're gonna play back trade today. As we saw in the previous video, we playback traded today already. I mean, we traded live today actually. The trade we took was right around 10 a.m. I think it was. Let's see. We had a swing high first entry, second entry. Yeah. So overall trend was down. That's what we said off of this guy. But either one works out, to be honest, the sell or the buy. Buy is what we went for because the overall trend becomes down after a ton of resistance here. Or you could have said overall trend is up. And yeah, that sell would have been great on a non-avi. You wouldn't want to do a one ticker just because of all that resistance, right? And then there was some other stuff we know about. The swing high first and actually no swing high. We get a swing high somewhere here. There it is. And we get the first entry, second entry. A non-obvious entry would be great. Essentially you would be selling because it's a spike down and there's ton of FOMO. And you would sell there. Huge spike down, they get stopped out. You'd go for the sell. Yeah, but I'm actually debating, would I go for the sell here? Yeah, because of all the support, you're coming in testing it, and I would go for the sell. I think I would. Would a buy work out? That's the question. A buy would have worked out as well. 2, 3, actually maybe not. I don't think a buy works here. Swing high, but I think I would said in the previous year I would sell based on the fact that it's a spike down. And then you get a double top first entry and you'd be looking for that sell again just because of that huge spike and that there's FOMO in the trade and probably wouldn't be able to, yeah, no entry there though. All right, so let's keep going. So this will be interesting stuff going on here. Yeah. All right, we're actually going for a buy here because it's an overall trend down, I think. It's your first opportunity. I don't know. Let's see. Oh God. Okay. Well, let's think about what's oh, it's definitely a spike down. If you take a look at it, what it looks like on the minute chart, you can see that's an obvious spike down. Oh wait, did we get this? Can we just fast forward? I'm tired of this back and forth thing. Yeah, stepped out, of course. So we took down a swing low, first entry set. Actually, I don't know if it breaks up higher first. Pretty sure it does. Oh, this guy, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. We did a one ticker. That's a spike down, and people like to buy those spikes back up. Even though it did stop you out, you have this pattern that's happening, which is it. So we say that if you have a spike, I'm trying to find an example. Well, if you have a spike, right, and it does this, the people who picked that spike already got stopped out at this point right here. But in this case, it's a little bit different. You have a spike, and then you have this motion, which is this, I guess you could call it like a closing triangle sort of thing. But you have that motion, and so it's a pattern, and people like to trade those spikes back. So we can imagine a ton of people actually buying. They're still trying to correct that spike. So I think that's playing a little bit differently. So that's why the sell is actually better. Just got in the trade. Nice, easy trade. That's the kind of trade you want on a non-obvious. We have a swing low, first entry, second entry right here. Overall trend is down, so you want to buy. Also, you have this a ton of resistance right across here, which is, and this range looking day, it's not a trending one. It's definitely a range day, and it just got a huge push down. So this thing plays out, which is you have a level of resistance. That level of resistance is going to push the market into the other direction, and in this case, the overall direction would be down. So overall trend is down. Another reason to buy, but mainly overall trend is down here. So that's the reason you want to buy. Yeah, good trade. Definitely a good buy. Oh man, a little distracted, but I thought it was an overall uptrend, but it's not. Well, it is obviously, but we went for this sell. Those overall uptrends with the sell, I like scuff trades better than I do like those second entries. Um, hmm. But the buy there is better because you did have a lot of resistance here. And it's a FOMO thing, and if it turned into a spike, then people were gonna be worried that they would miss this out. That's the first thing that popped in my head, but then I just went for something a little simpler. But obviously, can't go with the simpler. You really have to think about it. And yeah. So this thing about this, it is kind of a spike. So I think I'm gonna treat it as a. We're gonna treat it as a spike. I think there's a little bit of FOMO happening here. Close this guy. Oh, wrong one. There it is. All right. Because there's a lot of potential for the market to continue all the way up, which is why I actually think this is going to be treated as a spike. And since there is FOMO, since it is a spike, those people like to trade those back down, which is why we're going for a buy here. In the trade. Nice trade. Good trade. Good trade. So I think exactly what we thought. We treated that as a spike because there's FOMO. Essentially, since it's a range day, it's just up and down motion, and people were suspecting that to come all the way back to the high. So that's going to be treated as a spike because it has FOMO. And you had that swing high, first entry, second entry. And since it's a spike, people like to trade those back down. And so buying there is the best option. So the reason that there was FOMO there is because you had this level of resistance that was tested 1, 2, 3 times. Once it broke out of there, showing the fact that it wasn't going to push down, people had FOMO that they were going to miss out on the uptrend. So I think playing FOMO and putting that human nature into this, I think might be the key to this whole thing. So we'll see. All right, going for the sell here. Triggered a little bit late. I hit the fast forward, but not really. But yeah, we're going for a sell. I didn't realize there was a lot of resistance here. Let's see how big of a oh yeah, it's pretty big resistance level. Let's think about this. Okay, noticing that resistance level now. We don't say the overall trend is down yet since the last test was very long time ago and it's only been one test. If it was a couple more tests, like one push down, two, then I would say the overall trend would be down. So I think the sell is still good, and I don't think there's FOMO in this. It's this spike here, especially with all these highs here. So we're gonna go against the overall trend, which is up, and let's see how this plays out. Nice, good trade. So we didn't really take in too much consideration of these highs, saying, "Oh wait, there's highs. Something has to happen." No, not necessarily, because we only tested it once, and or the reason you don't want to take that into consideration because a lot of the times you have that level of resistance and a ton of people actually buy into that to try and outsmart the other people, say, oh, they're all going to buy here, and so that's why selling there is actually the better option. And that was a good trade. We're up 50 cents, boys. Let's go. All right, kind of a double top here. Let's go for a swing high, first entry, second entry. Don't know if I like this, to be honest. Honestly, in probably real time, I go for just a double top here, but we'll say swing high, first entry, second entry. And overall trend is still up here, so selling for me is the best option, but it is at a level of resistance, so maybe I don't know, Navi. See if we can still get in this trade. We're in the trade. Nice. Let's go. All right, I think that's gonna be it for us. It's already 11. Her family's got a sleepover for tonight. If I didn't mention, I think in this video, they had a funeral today for her uncle. Man, like Sylvia's version of Diobeto tonight. Yeah. All right, that'll be it. Good trading. Yeah. $8. Nice. Peace out.